Welcome to my channel. I'm DW from Recon HVAC. We're going to do a tool video today, but I just wanted to take the opportunity to introduce myself, give you a little bit of background on my knowledge and experience in the trade. I've been in the trade for 42 years. I've been in my own company for 30 of those years. I started with my grandfather's company in 1985. From there, I went on to the Connecticut Technical High School system where I took sheet metal. And I was one of the last graduating classes in that program before it was phased out in the early 90s. I hold 2 Connecticut licenses. I hold an SM1 and an S, as well as an EPA Universal and an OSHA 30. I was lucky enough to train with probably 3 of the best people ever when I learned this trade. I learned before Fabrication. I'm just not another face on TikTok or YouTube. I'm actually going to show you the theory behind a lot of this stuff, how to properly lay it out. My purpose for starting the channel was to create a knowledge base for you guys out there. I want to sort of give you a boost because if you can do this trade and you can make these fittings, you are worth 10 times more to an employer than any service guy they hire. If you walk into a job interview and you know how to fabricate metal, you're going to be an instant hire. You're going to be able to name your own price. There is nobody teaching this trade anymore that's any good. Maybe the union. The post-grad systems are a joke. I've seen it. They were in my family's place last week. They didn't even know that this machine existed to bend a 1/4 inch on an elbow to put into a Pittsburgh. They didn't know what the one on top of the Pittsburgh was. That does the same thing as that machine. So there's a lot of bad stuff out there. And again, I want to give you guys a knowledge base where you could come and you can look and you can say, hey, I know where I can find that fitting. But even if you have to come back to it, even if you've done it once or twice, you can come in there and say, all right, oh yeah, I remember now. It's there for you. We're coming out with a lot of good stuff over the next couple weeks. We're going to do some squared arounds. We're going to do some radial line development, parallel line development. That said, we're going to get into the tool video. This will be more for beginners. I had a lot of questions on what tools I use, what brands, so we're going to get into that. So please enjoy the video. And again, please like and subscribe.
Does everybody know what time it is? Tool time! That's right!
So for my beginners out there, we're going to do a tool video. I had a lot of questions this week on what brands I use, what tools I use, what I have. So we'll get into the tool video now. Let me start by saying I'm not a paid advertiser for anybody in any way. Most of the stuff I use is Malco. There's a couple things I use that aren't, but a majority of it is Malco. Most of this stuff you're not going to find in a big box store. You're going to have to go to your local supplier or an online supplier to get it. If you're in Connecticut, you can go to Knightsbridge Supply in Branford. They carry a full line of Malco tools. So as far as snips go, the first thing I use is for doing straight cuts. I use Malco's 14s. These are straight cuts. They do make these in a pattern snip, sort of an offset so you can cut radiuses and other things with them. These are pretty good. They have a replaceable set of blades on them, so they'll last you a long time. I have a set over there that's 30 years old. I've never put blades in them. I just went out and bought a new pair just for doing the videos because they were kind of ratty. Aviation snips. Do not buy regular aviation snips. Buy offset aviation snips. They come in lefts and rights. I don't know the difference between a left and a right, I'm embarrassed to say, because a right-hand snip cuts to your left and a left-hand snip cuts to your right. Some people say that a left is for left-handed people, a right is for right-handed people. I've never gotten into this debate before. I only use lefts to get me out of certain corners or even rights sometimes if I'm up against something.
But I love them.
Oh, Derek, you did it! That was amazing!
I know! I turned left!
Yeah, that too, but Derek, you saved the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Oh, right! Cool!
They also make these in a vertical snip. So if you're on top of a piece of ductwork in between some joists and you have to cut a boot in, you can actually get in there without hitting anything, and they're really nice. In aviation snips, I use the Midwest brand. I don't care for the Malcos anymore. I had a lot of issues with the new design ever since they left the 2000s, they call them. I just don't like what they did with them. Bulldogs. Again, Midwest. These are used for cutting through slip, Pittsburgh locks, anything heavy. Don't cut anything heavy with your aviation snips because you will spring them. Don't cut wire with them. Don't cut flex wire with them specifically. Those will last you a long time. The lefts last a long time because you really don't use them that much. Hammers, again, not going to find it in a big box store. For some reason, sheet metal hammers do not exist in big box stores. They make this in a leather handle too, which is really nice. I have one over there. It doesn't leave the shop anymore because I lose them. Button locks are used for putting heads on, fixing a piece of snap lock ductwork if you have to. Gutter guys use them for putting end caps on gutters. They have a lot of different uses. I use them for putting slips on my ductwork and keeping them on there during transport. Crimpers. These are Malco's 5-blade. A lot of guys are using the thing that goes in the drill now to crimp their round pipe, which is pretty cool. I'm still doing it the old way. Notchers. They come in 1 inch and a 13, 16, or 3/4, whatever it is. Again, these are used for cutting notches in either ductwork when you're laying out or doing collars if you have to tab your collars out or you have to make a collar out of a piece of round pipe. They have many different uses. Great tool. Hand seamers. These come in 3s, 6s, angled, and straights. I don't know what you guys call them. Anything out west, I hear them called duck bills sometimes when I go different places, but we call them hand seamers here. Again, hand seamers in a vice grip form. If you guys see these at a tag sale or something, grab them. These are Malco. I don't even think they make them anymore. But if you see them somewhere at a flea market, tag sale, definitely grab them. When you're building if you have to build something on the job and put some screws or rivets and something, these are great for holding things together. Cane, adjustable scribe. I have 3 or 4 of these. I have them spot welded at different measurements. Buy yourself a few of them. They tend to walk a lot. The screws do wear out after a while. That's why I have a bunch of them spot welded at certain measurements. I keep them in my bag. Great tool to have. Don't buy the crappy one that's a stamped piece of metal. Then there's some other weird thing with a screw in it. This is the one you want if you can find it. Dividers for making round circles. It's not a compass, it's called a divider. If you're doing round holes on jobs, they're good to have, but with all the stick-on collars and stuff now, everybody's just marking the inside of the hole on their collars. I don't see a whole lot of people using them anymore. Scratch-alls, it's not an ice pick.
What ice pick?
Best day ever. Greatest day of my life, really.
Pick cooks up a rock candy that'll make you dizzy. Folks come from all over the city to buy it.
It's burning my eyes. Must be Cajun style.
Again, a lot of people lay out in marker now. I do because I'm getting old and I can't see anything. But find one, if you're going to use it, find what's comfortable for you. Screwdriver size is more than comfortable. I wouldn't buy anything smaller. Your hands start to hurt after a while if you're doing a lot of stuff in the shop. Trommel points. Again, just like a set of dividers, these are for making big fittings, big radiuses. I use them for making big elbows. I used to have one of these that was about 6 feet long for making big elbows when I did commercial work. Steel ruler, again, Malco product. This is a circumference ruler. It'll tell you the circumference of a diameter if you're making stuff in the shop, so you don't have to do like math and stuff. Square, you've seen that in my videos. I really don't need to explain that one. Bar folders, they come in 8s, 12s, 18s, 24s. I think I've even seen a 36 at one time. This is a must-have, so you can bend cleats and 1-inch bends and modify stuff. There's a few tools I haven't put in here today. I do have a Malco flex knife that has a wire cutter in it. It's somewhere in my truck. I keep it separate from all my other tools because it always stabs me in the hand when I go in my bag. But that's pretty much everything I lay out with. This is everything I keep in my bag when I go to a job. I don't need much more than this. Obviously, you need drills, chalks, and stuff like that. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to bring you a lot of stuff this week. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
I love you. Stay golden, pony boy. Okay. I gotta pee.